Good morning, friends. Welcome in NET-JRF Academy. Let's start today's sessions of. We have continued the last series of UGC NET-JRF June 2025 questions. So, question 105 question is arrange the following work of F.G. Bailey in chronological order for their publications from oldest to recent. Okay, F.G. Bailey was study the village of Odisha. He studied two villages. First was his village Visipara, and second one is Mohanapur. Second one was Mohanapur, and the first monograph is written by F.G. Bailey's Caste and Economic Frontier. In 1957. 1957. Caste and Economic Frontier he wrote in 1957, and second one is Tribe, Caste and Nation. In 1960. And Politics and the Social Change in Odisha. Political and Social Change in Odisha, it was written in 1959, and this one is the last, 1994. So according to given options, the correct option is, we have to choose correct options. In this sense, we have finalized the first option is C and the last option is D. So we can say that the correct option is 1, but the correct option is, look at, UGC NET declared correct option is 1, but the correct option is C, then B, then A, then D. This is the correct sequence of F.G. Bailey book. And actually, political and social change, he was studies of political change activity in Highland Odisha, and Tribe, Caste and Nation, it was wrote in 1960, and okay, this is the first option is option A. Let's move on the next question. Okay, it's a matching. We have to match from list 1 to list 2. It's a very easy concept. In 12th standard, we heard about biological species concept. The biological species concept is given by Ernest Mayr. If we know the first answer, then it will become easy for us. So first, A is third. So we can eliminate all option. The correct option is 2. A is third. B, the evolutionary species concept is given by George Gaylord Simpson. Simpson was very famous scientist in evolutionary field. And the third one is ecological concept is given by Len von Wallen, and recognition species concept was given by H.E.H. Patterson. Recognition species given by H.E.H. Patterson. The correct option is second. Let's move on the next question. Oh, we have to again match list 1 to list 2. The group greed concept. Group greed concept is given by Mary Douglas. He wrote one book. He wrote so many books. All books are very important. According to related to this concept, he wrote one book, Nature Symbol, 1970. Actually, in chronological series, it become a last one, and he he gave the concept of purity and pollutions, and guru and grid concept in this book, Natural Symbol, 1917. Communitas, so A is 3. So we can eliminate these two options. So now we say A is 3 and B is 1. So Communitas is related to Victor Turner. Victor Turner gave he was work on two concepts. First one is liminality, and the second one is communitas. Actually, liminality concept is given by Gennep. Gennep. Gennep के नाम से जानते हैं इन्हें. And the symbolic community is related to Anthony Cohen, and the Benedict Anderson, he was professionally from politicians, and he gave the concept of imaginary community. So imaginary community match with Benedict Anderson. So correct option is C4. Correct option is 2. Let's move on the next question. The geographical locations of important Indian archaeological site from west to east. So we have to arrange from these chronological order. So we have option Lothal, Chirand, Atranjikhera or Chanudaro. So we already know Chanudaro was IVC site located in Pakistan, and Atranjikhera, Chirand, Lothal from Gujarat, Lothal from Gujarat, and D-A. Okay, so we can easily find the correct option is 3, D-A. None of the options like that. And let's see the next option, C, Atranjikhera. Then Atranjikhera actually found in UP, and Chirand is found in Bihar. So B. So correct option is 3. So it's a very important to understand the concept. Lothal. Sorry guys. Lothal. So Lothal was IVC site. Present in Gujarat, and it was discovered by ASI 1954. The important concept is Lothal was UNESCO site, 2004. The next one is Chirand. Chirand is basically Bihar. 12 human skeleton are found. 12 human skeleton are found. Next one is Atranjikhera. There were two sites, Achinthara and Atranjikhera. Both sites belong to UP. They are related to OCP, Orke Color Pottery. Work by Bibilal. So this is the relations between, and it's also Atranjikhera is iron age site. Patranji Khera is iron 8 site. The correct option is 3. And Chanudaro is a very important site from Pakistan, and it was discovered by N.G. Mazumdar. N.G. Mazumdar, 1931. 1931. So let's move on the next question. Next question again, we have to match from list 1 to list 2. First is James Clifford. Second one is Vincent Crepangeno. Third one is Paul Rainbow. And next one is Jenny Favorite Sada. And actually this is a reflective ethnographic fieldwork. There were different branch of ethnography. So one is the reflective. So first one is what I already learned. James Clifford. James Clifford is related to an ethnographic authority. And A का हो गया 2. So we have only one options and we can match B3. Vincent Crepangeno. Vincent Crepangeno is Tuhani Portrait of Moroccan. Portrait of Moroccan. And then Paul Rainbow. Paul Rainbow was very important related to ethnographic fieldwork, and he did work on fieldwork friendship in Morocco. Fieldwork friendship in Morocco. And Jenny Favorite Sada is related to deadly word, witchcraft in bouquets. Okay, so correct option is 3. Let's move on the next question. Arrange the following postmodernist work in ascending order from earliest to later. Earliest to later. Okay, let's see. The very famous, which I already learned, Clifford and Marcus book. Clifford and Marcus book, Writing Culture. This book was very famous. This book was written in 1986. Clifford and Marcus book, Writing Culture. So, and the second is Stephen A. Tyler, The Unspeakable. Stephen A. Tyler was related to cognitive anthropology. Stephen A. Tyler was related to cognitive anthropology, and he wrote The Unspeakable 1987. And David Harvey, The Condition of Postmodernity. David Harvey, The Condition of Postmodernity, he wrote in 1989. And the Jameson, F. Jameson wrote Postmodernism in 1991. So we can arrange easily. First one is C, second one is B, third one is D, and last one is A. So correct option is 2. So let's move on the next question. Bhimbetka site is characterized by the evidence of, is a very in our syllabus there were 2 cave site is mentioned. First one is Bhimbetka, and second one is Adamgarh. One other site is present in UP, something like called Lake Hinia, and that site is also sometimes in exam they already asked. So let's analyze the questions. Bhimbetka site is characterized by the evidence of all phase of the Paleolithic and Mesolithic culture. Yes, Bhimbetka site have all phase of the Paleolithic and Mesolithic culture. It is correct. Several rock painting on the wall of the cave and rock shelter. Yes, absolutely correct. The deliberately burial of human along with the domesticates. Burial of human along with the domesticated. It's a little bit doubtful because deliberately burial is not found in Bhimbetka site. And ash and charcoal and charred bones is indicate the use of fire. Somewhere they might be found because here the Mesolithic culture and Mesolithic culture. So A, B, D. And osteological remain in Homo erectus. Homo erectus. A, B, and D. So we can find out. No, this option is not correct. A, B, and D. Correct option is 3. Let's move on the next question. Actually, who was work on the Bhimbetka site? Wakankar. 1953. First excavated by Wakankar. And 1973. Again excavated by V.N. Mishra. V.N. Mishra. Again excavated by V.N. Mishra. And Bhimbetka site is again excavated by V.N. Mishra. और इसमें बताने जैसे क्या है, हाँ, he was declared UNESCO site. UNESCO site. Actually, Bhimbetka site is a UNESCO site, but I'm not able to recall in which year. I will tell you later. Question number 111. In which year Bhimbetka site is declared as UNESCO site? Sorry, I am not able to recall. Let's move on the next question. I will tell you later. कौन सी site? हाँ, 2003. Okay, thank you. 2003. Bhimbetka site is declared as UNESCO site. Okay, let's move on the next question. Oh, the copper hoard culture is associated with. It's a very, very important and interesting questions. It's a new type of the questions. This time UGC NET ask copper hoard culture. What is copper hoard culture and what the meaning of copper hoard culture? Basically, copper. Let's see the option associated with. First one is OCP, Orc color pottery, PZW, painted grey ware, black and red ware, B and RW, northern black polish ware. Okay, so basically copper hoard culture is related to ochre colored pottery. A. Correct option is A. Okay, basically series of bronze culture. It's related to Gangetic Plain. It related to Gangetic Plain, and it's a series of bronze culture. Series of bronze culture. And Gangetic Plain culture is also called second urbanization. So if you want, tell me the first which river is related to first urbanizations. Okay, so correct option is A. And sometimes in exam they already asked the chronology of these potteries culture. So potteries culture chronology अगर देखें हम chronology. So in the chronology, the first is OCP, and the next one is black and red ware, and third one is painted grey ware, and fourth one is northern black potteries. It also called deluxe ware. So OCP, it was a very simple types of the pottery, and black and red ware is earlier black because due to the unavailable of oxygens, and which part of the oxygen is available, that potteries become the red. And after that painted grey wares, it decorated by fully decorated, and then northern black potteries. So in examinations they sometimes they asked what is the chronology of these pottery traditions. So correct option is 1 this question. Let's move on the next question. The term used by James Scott for study of peasant economy where mutual institutions are designed to ensure against risk rather than a principle of individual maximization is called. Principle of individual maximization is a not a part of there were two types of the in syllabus there were two types of the anthropologist economy theory is mentioned. First one is substantivism and second one is for formalism. Yeah, is called something called is formal. So this is a part of formal economy. This is a part of formal economy. So here it's called the mutual institutions are designed to be ensured against risk rather than principal individual. So its correct option is moral economy. Moral economy. So correct option is 3. So here the term of substantivism. Some anthropologists belong to substantivist categories. There were most 3 important substantivist economy. First one is Karl Polanyi. We already heard about Karl Polanyi. And second one is a George Dalton. George Dalton. And the third one is a Marshall Saline. Third one is a Marshall Saline. Okay, let's move to the next question. Which model of the same scale is represent the phenomenon or even as a use of structural anthropology? Okay, first we know structural anthropology model, and these model are related to Emile. I am saying Durkheim. Whatever you want, you can pronounce. Sometimes people pronounce Durkheim. Okay, I am pronouncing Durkheim. Durkheim. Okay, he gave question number 114. Emile Durkheim. Yeah. Yes. Structure. Yeah. He gave 3 types of model. First one is mechanical model. Second one is organic model. Next one is statical model. In these questions, they ask about mechanical model. What is a mechanical model? Mechanical model was the based on mechanical model was based on same value, not distinguished any labor. And on the basis of this concept, the correct option is 3, mechanical model. And the first book of Emile Durkheim was Division of Labor. 1953. 1955, 1957. Second book was Method of Sociological Study. And the third book was very famous, Suicide. What is the spelling of suicide? Third book was Suicide. Whatever the spelling you check, but the third book was Suicide. It's a very famous. He studies the different continent of why the people are doing suicide. So it was book is 1957. This was in 1955. This one is 1957. So the correct option is 3. Let's move on the next question. Arrange the following legal anthropology in ascending order from earliest to later. Please very conscious. In upcoming exams, they might be asked the which anthropologist is belong to legal anthropology. So here they give some more options. So last yesterday we already discussed about which anthropologist belong to Marxist anthropology. There were two options, Bloch and mm, Godelier. Okay, likewise here they right now they are giving some options. They asking about chronology, and the upcoming exam they might be asked who belong to legal anthropologies. So it's a very simple. We can arrange. We know already the chronology. Henry Mene was first. He was a lawyer, and he was a lawyer. He wrote 19 no, 1871. He wrote one book. He wrote one book was Ancient Law. Okay. C was the first. So we get easily answer D. B. Malinowski. A. Carl Levelin. And B. Actually, Marx Gulickman came later. So this correct option is 3. Let's move on the next question. Who among the following has not proposed to mitochondrial EV hypothesis? Mitochondrial EV hypothesis. Mitochondrial EP hypothesis. Actually, mitochondrial EV hypothesis was proposed in 1987. There were 3 people are associated with this: Alan Virchow, Rebecca Ken, and Mark Stone King. Rebecca Ken, Wilson, or Mark Stone King. These are related with mitochondrial EV hypothesis, and Svante Pabo was not related. Svante Pabo was not related. So correct option is 3. In question they are not proposed. So let's move on the next question. As a fascinating example of influence of the cultural practices on the spread of infectious disease involved, the condition is known as Kuru, is mostly caused due to of ritual cannibalism directed by women, ritual sacrifices of the animal and its blood contaminations, polygamy and inbreeding, ritual sacrifices of bird, and communal eating. So first we already know the Kuru disease is caused by ritual process. What is the ritual? Actually, ritual cannibalism. What is the meaning of cannibalism? The meaning of cannibalism is people start eating to their own species flesh या फिर meat बोलेंगे. So they start their own species of flesh is called cannibalism. So this disease, Kuru disease, is a ritual cannibalism is caused cannibalism directed by women. So correct option is 1. Let's move on the next. Yeah. The Acheulean living floor was exposed at Gulbarga in Karnataka. Was found by. Many times in examinations, they give hint. In the last, they give hint. So in here we have 4 options: S.D. Sankalia, V.N. Mishra, R.V. Joshi, and K. Padaya. So sometimes they write K. Padaya. K. Padaya. K. Padaya. And sometimes they write Ki Kapadia. Ki Kapadia. So don't be confused. Both are same. So the correct option is 4. So first, and H.D. Sankalia is basically related to Maharashtra and Gujarat side. V.N. Mishra is related to Rajasthan sides like Rohini, Tilwara, and or Rajasthan sides. So correct option is 4. And R.V. Joshi is a very important portion. Can I explain here? Okay. So let's see R.V. Joshi. R.V. Joshi. What is the spelling? R.V. Joshi. Okay. The full name of R.V. Joshi is Ramachandra Joshi. Rama Chandra Joshi. He excavated Adamgarh site. With in 1962, 1961, one of the other person is related to this excavation was MD Khare. Okay, let's move on the next question. Which of the following is true of the model of human origin? Model origin. In our syllabus, the clear-cut mention in Unit 2, last part, there were 3 and 4 types of the human model origin. Here the option is multi-regional and candelabra model are identical to each other. Replacement and candelabra model are identical to each other. In multi-regional model, the evolution is also include gene flow between populations. In the multi-regional model, the main line of ancestry are not within the major region of the world. So correct option is only C. So let's little bit see the all three. What is the all three options? And okay. So I am writing in short. Multi-regional hypothesis are model. Okay. Multi-regional human origin model is also called multi-regional hypothesis model is also called regional continuity model. Regional continuity model. Regional continuity model. Regional continuity model. 3 person is related to this model. Allenthron. Very carefully. This is a PYQ question. Allenthron. Jinjiwu and M.H. Wilpoff. These 3 persons, these hypotheses came in 1984 and it was revised in 2003 on the basis of assimilation model. Assimilation model. And the next was multi-regional and out of Africa hypothesis are model. Out of Africa hypothesis is called complete replacement model. Basically this model was worldwide accepted rather than multi-regional hypothesis. So these two hypotheses and this hypothesis is given by मैंने जो याद किया है मैंने SP से याद किया है, आप कैसे भी याद कर सकते हैं. The first portion was C. Stringer and second was P. Andrew. So I am learned SP. 2 person is related to out of Africa model. So first, second and third one. Third model is partial replacement model. It's given by Guntur Burer. Z. Burer. Basically, he was German. That's why they used this. So Gunter Bureau, these three model is mentioned in our syllabus. So I don't know if suddenly my tab is closed.